19 years of teaching, shaping, and inspiring lives.
So, hello everyone, my name is Charles Louis Bagan. And so for today, I'll be interviewing one of the greatest teachers there is, and we'll be interviewing her. And she's been teaching for almost 19 years now, and actually she's my mother. So, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello everyone. I am teacher Elise Bagaan. I was asked by my son for an interview regarding my experience as a teacher.
So, before we begin, I'd like to ask, how are you today?
I'm good.
Is that all you have to say?
Yeah, I am relaxed.
Okay. For the first question, can you describe your childhood experiences?
If I can still recall my childhood experiences, I don't have actually a childhood just like everyone had. Why? Because other children they have a lot of time to play, but I don't have a lot of time to play with with other children because I have to take care of my younger siblings. I am an eldest. I have 5 siblings. I have 2 other brothers and I have 3 younger siblings. And I have to take care of my younger siblings, so I don't have time to enjoy playing with other children. And those were the days during martial law era in which the Philippines or our society has been plagued with insurgencies, and we have to move a lot. We don't stay in one place. I can still recall with my papa, my father, um, was farming, and he has to transfer to the city here, Davao City, because that area where we farm were being tagged as red because it was a no man's land, and so we have to go to the city to be safe from insurgencies.
Up to the next question. What values did your family teach you while growing up?
My values are the values, of course, my parents taught me how to become a God-fearing person and a family-oriented one. We had a family devotional morning at night, and we were brought up in the church to be God-fearing and being resilient and hardworking and to be respectful to the people around us. And I have to do my tasks. I have to be hardworking. So whatever goals, whatever I want to have in life, I could achieve it. Yes.
How was your life as a teenager?
Still a teenager.
Yeah.
It's still a tough life.
What is that?
I went to a private school. So from here in Ilang to Holy Cross of Banawan. So it's a bit tight since financially still struggling. I only have money for fare. I don't have for my snacks. I have to bring my baon. I don't have allowance for my snacks. And even though I'm a scholar, I was a scholar when I was in high school.
You have friends?
I have few friends. I have acquaintances, but I don't have a lot of friends. I only have few friends because I don't have time for that. I'm only focusing on my studies.
Yeah.
I was always studying. I don't have time for leisure, just like hanging out with friends. Usually you can find me. You can find me at the library reading because I don't have books at home. So I have to do work my assignment during my free time in the library. At home, my parents give me time to study, but most of the time I assisted. I helped them with our small trade in sewing bags, in selling bags. It's very hard.
what challenges did you face during your high school?
Finances. Financially. My parents could not almost send me to school. They only gave me fare. Sometimes there were times um, sometimes there were times I could not go to school because I have I will I didn't have any fare. Yes,
And what do you do?
and what did I do? I have to find money for the but in order for me to go back to school the next day. I have to work. I have to assist them. We have a small trade, sewing bags and selling bags. That's it.
And what inspired you to become?
What inspired me to become a teacher? In the church, I was assigned to become a Sabbath school teacher. I taught young children. I taught young children Bible stories and lessons. And not only in our church, but also in our community. In our community where I live, I was also teaching young kids lessons, Bible lessons, and Bible stories. And the people around me told me, you would be a good teacher, you would be a good teacher someday. So that inspired me. That inspired me to become a teacher because the people around me saw the potential that I could become a good teacher because maybe I was good in teaching the students. I was good in teaching the young children, not only in our church but also in the community where I lived.
Why did you choose teaching as your profession?
I didn't choose it actually. Circumstances did. When I was in college, I first enrolled in engineering because I love math. But then some of my classmates bullied me. The boys, the older boys in that department bullied me, and then I got tired because they always asked me to help them with their math, and so I decided to transfer to education, major in math during those times. That's it.
Then why did you become an English teacher?
I did become an English teacher because there was no available. When I studied at UM Matina, I decided to become a math teacher. But when I transferred to UM Tagum, during those times, since UM Tagum is just a small school during that time, there were only few students being accepted in that course, major in math. But I also wanted to, instead of math, I want to become a science teacher maybe. But then, circumstances again, the courses that I wanted to enroll was closed, and the only course for me that is open is major in English. So that's why I took up. I have no choice. It's the only vacant course, open course during those times. I could still do it. I love literature. But that's why I took up that course. I can do it. I could do it.
What I meant was, what did you feel after the fact that you became an English teacher?
What did I feel?
Yeah.
So challenging, but still I could do it. Since I love stories, I love literature. Later on, I learned to love it.
What struggles did you experience during college?
Struggles again financially. I was a working student. I am not a professional student. I was being financed by parents, but I don't have much time to go around. But I was working. I worked as a library assistant in the library. I was a working student. I was a working scholar actually. So my struggles is to find my time to study. Challenges are of course financially. For academics, still it's no. I don't. I find it challenging, of course, but I could do it. Only, only in finances and financially, I strive. I struggled financially
So
in order
finances
to
really
finish my studies.
finances really is the one that gives
Yes,
you-
yes.
Alright, and what was your first experience handling students like?
My only challenges is classroom management. There were students who were badlungun, of course, disobedient or maybe because, but most of the time I could handle it. If you are only prepared with your lessons, and there will be no time for them to to talk. If only you are giving them tasks, they don't have time to bully others or not to listen. Just make yourself just be enthusiastic the way you teach them. The students would just love listening to you or learning from you.
Okay then. Okay, let's talk about your family and career life. How do you balance your family and career?
I am a person who got distracted easily. If I could not do well without focus. So if you are going to ask me how do I balance that without the support and help of my family, my husband and my son, I cannot do it because maybe I have to choose between family or career because I cannot do well in both without the help of my family. I could only do it with the support and help of my family. Did you get that?
So, for the next question is, what sacrifices have you made as a teacher?
A lot, especially time, family time, quality time for my family. There are times when it was about to I have to celebrate this and I have to do this with my family. I was not able, or there's a church time. I mean, it's a bonding with a church brothers and sisters with my son, going here, going there. There is a camping or what, especially when you're younger. Sometimes I was not able to send you there. I was not able to be with you. Sometimes you can still remember when you were in elementary. You asked me, "Ma, can I go to a camping?" But I could not send you there because I was scared what would happen to you without me, and I could not sometimes get you. I could not get you there since I have no time. Since before we don't have that 2 month or 1 month vacation, and we have to work. I have to tutor. I have to join. I have to participate the summer camp. I mean the reading camp or just like the national learning camp. That's it. So I don't have much time with my family. That's sacrifices the quality time. Sometimes I quality time with my family. I sacrifice it sometimes for my career.
How do you think, the teaching that help the youth and the community?
Of course, teachers is a big factor for the students to learn what happened in the past, what happened, those skills. Teachers were the ones to instill some valuable lessons, some meaningful lessons, in order for the children to also be equipped with skills to face whatever challenges in the future.
What was the biggest turning point in your life?
It happened when I have to choose what I have to be a full-time mother or to be a career mother or a career woman.
And what did you choose?
We are living in a difficult world financially. Husband, your father, wanted me to be a full-time mom, but I told him that his job is not stable. He has to work abroad. So it's not all the time that he has to work abroad. So how are we going to financially be free? Or how are we going to finance all those expenses in your studies? If I'm going to stop. So I prefer to work, and with your help also I do manage it. I do manage it.
Um, was there a moment when you almost gave up teaching?
Yeah, even now I want to give up. I want to, but I could see I'm still balancing. Even now I'm still balancing if I have to stop, but I have to prepare myself what could be another option. A lot of times I almost give up. um it's not only that it could not support me financially. It's not enough to finance the financial needs of your loved ones, but it's also the lack of support from the government. You have to prepare your own instructional materials without, you know, in public school the students have no books. So what are we going to do? We have to print materials, and those ink and those papers we have to buy it with our own money, because the allowance given to us is not enough. We have to buy loads in order to contact those students who are not going to school anymore, to contact the parents what happened to this. Sometimes we have to help some students. There are students who got hungry in school, and we have to help them.
How has teaching changed you as a person?
Teaching also teach me to be patient, not only to my students, but and also teaching also help me be aware, not to be just an insensitive person. In teaching I become sensitive to the needs of the people around me.
So before you were a teacher, what were you then?
Before I became a teacher, I am a person with no care in the world. I'm a carefree. So I do what I want to do. When I became a teacher, I became aware of the people's needs, especially my students.
What motivates you to continue teaching despite challenges?
What motivates me is my students. My students motivate me to continue on teaching even though it's not well compensated. My motivation is for my students to learn from me. When I encountered my previous students before, even when I went to mall, to the markets or anywhere, when I noticed on the jeep when they called me ma'am, and then I noticed also that they were successful, it's enough for me to go on with my teaching, because I touch the lives of those students. They are inspired from me, from my lessons that I have gave them during when I was with them as their teacher.
What lessons has teaching taught you about life and service?
I told you a while ago, teaching shaped me up to become patient, to be sensitive, to be aware of the people around me, to also help if I could the people around me, to be sensitive of their needs, especially to my students. So I am not only a person who just watch, who just listen, but I act. I act to help the people around me, especially the younger ones. If I could do it, I will do it.
What are your goals for the future?
My goals in the future, I'm a present person, meaning I only focus on what is present. But of course, if you want to be successful in life, you have to have a goal. I always tell this to my husband that I want to have a school of my own, but I know how impossible it is to have established a school. But it's my dream. It's only a dream. It's I want to have it. But if I could not do it, I still continue on teaching. And even though I will not be in service anymore in public school, but still I will find time to teach the people, the young people around me. So maybe I will go abroad. Maybe I will go abroad and find. No, it's not finding a greener pasture, but I have to change a field of teaching in which you're going to face some foreigner. But if I could not do it, because of some circumstances, but still I want to teach.
What changes would you like to see in the education system?
There are a lot. There are a lot to be changed. I want also the teachers to be noticed, because with the laws we have in the Philippines right now, in the Philippine educational system right now, it's only learner centered, and sometimes they forget that we have needs too. As we have observed, teaching was here in the Philippines. If you're going to compare Philippines to other countries, the Philippines only have the teachers have low compensation. We are not well compensated. If you are going to compare, that's why a lot of teachers go abroad, because they are much compensated there than here. So I want the system not only to be learner centered, but also to give also benefits due to the teachers. And I have noticed also, if there is no protection for the parents, today only the children are given more rights in the school, in the school, and the teachers were not given so much a priority, especially protecting the rights. Yun. And then also, I want also that the government will provide more classrooms, more instructional materials like textbooks, and yes, equip the schools with necessary materials or classroom for. And then of course another thing is, if other countries can do it, why not here? Especially feeding the children in Japan, in America, in Saudi, and wherever. Japan, in US, in Australia, in New Zealand, the students were given free lunch. Why not here? Why can't the Philippines do it? Feed freely the students. So if the students are not starved, the students are full. So maybe, and then in other countries also, they were provided with, they're just going to school with themselves only. The bags, the school supplies are already provided. Hopefully that will change.
What advices would you give to future teachers?
Future teachers,
Yes.
you have to be resilient, you have to be patient, you have to be hardworking, because there are the teachers will be assigned to the mountainous area. So hard to get there. Yes. And so you have to be, of course, resilient if you want to continue with being a teacher. You want to teach them wherever. Going across the sea or going to the mountainous far-flung areas or in the city, wherever you're assigned to, there are a lot of challenges. But as a teacher, you have to overcome all those.
It's kind of hard to become a teacher. It's kind of hard to become a teacher.
Yeah, you have to be dedicated because we are not well compensated. Even though I have only a son, still I can feel the difficulties and the hardships. It's not enough actually.
Up to the last questions. Is there a life lesson you would like to share with your students?
My mantra is this too shall pass. Hopefully you also have that. If you're going to face challenges or difficult tasks, you're just going to say this too shall pass. Mulabay lang ni. You have to be hopeful. You have to be resilient. You have to be dedicated to whatever you are doing and determined to finish it, determined to achieve it. So whatever your goals and aspirations in life, you will be able to achieve it. So valuable lesson, be
Yes.
optimistic and be hopeful for the good all the time. This too shall pass.
Yes, but I think that's it for the most part of our interview, since that's the topic as you would like to hear. And it's mostly just part of your life in the past, in the future, and the present. And so, yeah, that's it. Like always, come here. And we'd like to say goodbye. Thank you
Hopefully
so much for listening.
you know some valuable lessons from me.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, everyone. I wish.
Thank you.